Respected students, welcome back everyone. This is the first mock interview. Today we are going to start playlist of mock interviews. Earlier, what we have uploaded that were the interviews of place candidates. Okay, so currently now what we are going to upload on our YouTube channel, those will be mock interviews of the students who are searching the job. Okay, so this is the difference between that two separate playlists will be there. So now we are going to start our interview. So are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, okay. So I have also downloaded your resume side by side. I am reading that resume. And so till then, can you introduce yourself in detail? Okay. So most of the managers or panelists are those kinds of they want that only 30 seconds or 1 minute of introduction. But I am giving you complete freedom. Introduce yourself in detail, whatever achievements you have got till today, not only night industry but other also. Please introduce yourself in detail. You can even hide your name if you don't want to reveal it, except that you can introduce yourself in detail. So please go ahead.
Yeah, yes. I am having more than 2.5 years of experience in data analyst and Power BI developer. In my starting of the career, I was got a good hands-on on MS SQL. There itself, I got exposure to know how the things are happening with related to data, and I got to know like how we can write a complex query itself. And my responsibility was to writing the all the queries related to whatever the client's requirements they used to provide. So I could say like mostly there I have been using DDL command, DML command, and have worked on like CTE as well as Windows functions. Even I was responsible for creating the store procedures. After that, I got exposure to preparing the dashboards and reports. So for the client which I am working, they are dealing with the services like suppose someone wants to transfer from one country to another or one state to another. So for that, the services which we are providing, like the client for which I am working, there itself, the thing is that we will have more than 15 plus products, and my work is like to take care of how the things are working on the backend side, like from starting right from preparing the BD, I mean business requirement deployment, and gathering all the details of the tables and all the data whatever the client has been provided, right from scratch to preparing to like reports and dashboards. And even I was responsible for scheduling refresh and RLS. Yeah, like this is my experience and about overall.
Okay, great. Very nice. Actually, I'm impressed that in short, I will tell that you have worked end to end. It's like from requirement gathering to deployment pipeline, what you have explained right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Correct?
correct.
Uh, ठीक है. But I want to know about you also. Can you tell me about your hobbies or anything what you have achieved in your life or what you like to do apart from this IT?
Yeah, yeah. So my hobbies are I love making videos.
Okay.
I just love to record everything, and I have more interest on editing as well as making videos. Apart from this, I am more into reading books like self-help books. So in my weekends, mostly I prefer to go somewhere and like chill out there itself. And sometimes also I love to read this self-help books. These are the hobbies.
Your voice is little bit breaking. Can you mute and again unmute yourself? Little bit it is breaking.
Okay, okay. Give me just 1 second. Is it fine now?
It is fine now. So you said that you like to make videos. So can you
Yeah.
tell me one thing, first question I'm having about video falls under structured data, semi-structured data, or unstructured data?
It's a unstructured data.
Very good. Okay.
Whatever the image and whatever videos, it comes under all unstructured data.
Okay. Okay. ठीक है, good. So my second question is, can you tell me about subsets in SQL? in detail?
Subsets.
Means already you told that you had work on DDL, DML, na? That only, can you tell me in detail properly? All the five
Okay, okay.
subsets.
Okay, the commands you are asking about, correct? If
Exactly.
I am not
Other
wrong.
word for it is subsets. Yeah, that commands.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, got it. Yeah, starting from DDL, so it's a data definition language related to whatever the structure of the table we are having. So we will define it in DDL command. So there the commands are create, drop, and truncate. These three commands are going under DDL command. So if we are using create, then it's like related to we are creating a table. There we have to give the columns name and their constraint and their data types. So in this way we can create a we can use the create command. And the syntax of this is create table name, then column name, data types, or whatever the constant we want to give it in that way. And when it's come to drop and truncate, if we are using drop, then it is dropping the whole table itself. It will delete the rows of the table as well as the structure. Whatever the structure is nothing like the backend thing of there itself. So it will delete whole overall things. And when it comes to truncate also deletes the rows of the table, but not the structure of the table. Structure will be remain there itself if we are using truncate. So it's this commands goes for DDL. Then when it's come to DML, this is data manipulation language. Here we can say that the commands we are using is update, delete, then yeah, this too, like we can say. So update command is like mostly if we are updating any of the column name itself, we can use that. And delete also if we are using some of the where condition and we want to delete the row of that column itself on that table, we can use in that.
And what about DCL and TCL command?
Yeah, transactional command like mostly with real time. I have been using only commit and rollback. So
Okay.
these two are yeah.
ठीक है. Next question. So, do you like to wear watches? Watch clock.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Do you like to wear watch? Watch.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I do wear watch.
So tell me one thing. The price of watch is 1200 rupees. So it will come under dimension or fact.
It's going under fact table,
Why?
like you are saying. Okay, why? Because according to me, whatever the sales or something related to numerical data we are having, we are storing it into the fact tables. I mean, the main table itself.
So numerical data you are saying it will come under fact table.
Yeah, yeah.
So if it would be account number 123, then it will come under dimension of fact. It is numerical.
Account number it's not about there is a difference as an account number here 1 2 3. Suppose it can be get into fact table or this dimension table, because it can be primary table we can consider. Suppose if we are having a product table and there itself we are making the primary as 1 2 3, and we are having sorry, we are having primary ID 1 2 3 and then the name of that product itself. So same here also in goes in fact table also, like we will have some primary column itself in that tables to uniquely identify that. So we I can say it can go in both. It's not like numerically if we are having it will go under fact or dimension table.
Okay, so you are saying that if business numbers are mostly in fact, but the information like account name number can go in mostly in
Yeah.
dimension. Anyone? Very good
Mhm.
understanding. Good. So now coming to, I have, are you able to see comment box that table one, table two I have written here?
Okay, in chat box.
Chat box. So can you
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
me the result of left anti join and right anti, not left join, left anti and right anti.
Left anti and
Right.
another which one? Okay. You want me to write it in the chat or what you
No,
want?
no, please write in chat.
Okay.
Can you do parallel tasking or multitasking?
You are asking now?
Um, can you do
Is it a question? Yeah, yeah, is it a like
Yes, yes, it is a question only.
you mean to say am I a multitasking or only I focus on one task? Is that your question?
Can you do means parallel tasking side by side means for example, I just want to see you're writing that query for left hand and right hand side, but I will ask you one
Mhm.
theoretical question. So can you which account mostly you were using, Pro or Premium?
True, I am using.
Okay, so please tell me about Pro account little bit in short, basic, and also side by side you can write that query also. Or if you want to do separately, first write query and then tell about Pro account, that also you can do nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Just give me like 30 seconds. I will finish this one, then I will go to that.
Okay.
Otherwise, it will be
Okay,
like
no issues.
I have been given as a like a contributor. I mean that because I was developing and I was preparing the reports and all those things. So if we are having the contributor access, we can prepare and we can also do the things which like member also have the access. It just in the member they can like we are having the option of app. They can use that one, but here we don't have that one. So this is just the difference. Yeah.
How many times schedule refresh was happening for your data you used to do?
Uh, yeah, yeah. Like it's we can do 8 times, but for me in our project we are doing like three, 3 times.
At what timing? Tell me in Indian time. And by the way, whether your client
Mhm.
is India or foreign,
It's a foreign,
from
the
which
USA.
country? US.
Yeah.
Okay, so at what timing, at what time you do schedule refresh?
I could say like in the morning time, like when I start my work. So our timing is like from 12 to 11. So at that time in the morning itself, when I start my work, at that time I have to schedule the refresh, and in between that time in the afternoon, then before log off, just 1 hour before I do.
Okay, so at morning schedule refresh is happening, and at evening or night,
Yeah.
yes, at morning also and at night also it is happening. Can you tell me about volume of your data? Volume of data.
Volume. Yeah, yeah, I got it.
One more thing, if you don't understand any question now, tell me to repeat or expand the question. I will expand it. Okay?
Yeah, yeah,
You
sir.
understood now volume of the data.
Yeah, yeah, like you are asking at what size of data we are working, is it?
Column, row, and everything.
Yeah, yeah. So mostly, like our source data is MS SQL and the data where Snowflake, like data warehouse. That's so in MS SQL, like the transactional data used to be there. So I could say the number of rows we are having more than 20,000, and even column is like in between 20 to 25. So it's a on a huge amount of data we used to work.
Okay, and number of tables.
Number of tables are so I mean it depends like for me whatever the client's requirement is, once the target things come, then I connect with the like the team who is working on database administration. So there itself I just get gather the details of whatever the tables I have to take. So mostly I could say around 20 or 25 on the tables I have been working.
So which schema you used to use in your report? Which model?
Yeah, yeah, I have been using star schema as well as snowflake schema, but I prefer to use star schema because if we look after the performance of the reports, it will be feasible for us by performance. Like if we are using snowflake schema, there it will be what I could say. Dimension table will be linked with the dimension table, though fact table will be there, but there we can get the ambiguity also. So I prefer to like use star schema. And even if there will be many to many relationship, I make it to like one to many, so that while creating report or applying any of the DAX functions or something's calculation, it won't bring that much of ambiguity, or performance wise it will be easy.
And what was your connectivity mode, by the way?
Connectivity mode, yeah, like import mode we use, but like very rare I have been using direct, because whatever we are suppose MS SQL was my data, I mean source data. So if client's requirement is normal, like I don't have to use any of the complex DAX functions or something, then directly I can pick out the data from MS SQL and prepare the reports, like no need of any transformation or something, or the DAX functions we have been using at that time we are using direct rather than import. But mostly we have been using the import only.
Okay, so one different kind of question I want to ask, as you are now working on that project, maybe like 1 year or 1.5 year on that reports or mostly. So why your team didn't go for live connection?
Why our team has not go for live collect
Why
live?
go for live connection and only stayed on import?
Uh, I could say like if live connection we are using, then whatever the data we are having in the source data, it will be automatically refreshed. Yeah, refreshed. That is the plus point. And like if we are dealing with a huge amount of data at that time, we should go for
Exactly.
live.
Yes, very good answer. Yes, that's it. That's the answer what I wanted. ठीक है. How you were sharing the reports with your client? And anyways, your data was only 20,000, 30,000 rows, no? So import mode is okay for you. Okay, so how you used to
Yeah.
share reports with your client?
Yeah, we have given the link of that workspace which we are using. So mostly they check it from there itself only.
So you are saying that your client had little bit knowledge about Power BI service.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Okay, ठीक. In our case, we used to take embedded link and then send it on email, as they didn't have any knowledge about Power BI service. So you are saying that your client had knowledge about Power BI service. So which access he had of workspace?
They're using viewer access only.
Viewer access. That's okay. ठीक है. So now tell me a little bit about time intelligence DAX function. Whatever complex DAX you have made or whatever you know about time intelligence DAX function, can you tell me?
Yeah, yeah, so mostly I have been using like total Y2D, then dates YTD, and date diff, then date add, parallel period, then same period last year, calendar auto. Yeah, this type of tax functions, time intelligence function I have been using.
Okay, can you tell me any complex query or any complex requirement came from client related to time intelligence DAX function?
Mm, Complex till now I haven't got any. Like this type of only we used to go through.
Okay, so today's date is, I guess, 30th March it is there. Can you tell me MTD for it?
MTD.
Hmm.
Okay. Like only you want MTD, nothing,
Yes,
nothing much.
even
The
I'm not
date only.
asking, even I'm not asking DAX to write the DAX for MTD. Even calculating MTD, if your date is 30th of March, then what will be the start date and end date for it? Power BI will take.
Uh, yeah. So uh, uh, 1st of March, it will take a start date, and last of, today's date, it will take us of
And
end.
whether the MTD, whether the QTD and YTD will be same.
No, no, QTD will not be the same. QTD will be like 3 months of that start
Please,
date it will take.
yeah,
And
please tell
YTD
me.
will be the year wise, like
So,
2024 overall. Yeah.
okay, so can you tell me the start date of QTD and YTD also. End date will be 30th of March only, but start date of QTD and YTD.
Start date of QTD will be 1st of January,
And YTD.
and YTD is also same.
That only, no? So it will be same only.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, for example, your table had uh, many columns, we can say, and somewhere your Power BI report was taking more time for uploading, publishing, then while migrating, okay, refreshing everything, whatever
Okay.
it is there. So in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
case,
yeah.
now what things you will do?
Like by performance wise, how I can make it faster? Is it your
Related to
question?
column, that's it. Related to column. Your
Oh.
table had your data had so many columns, and your Power
Mhm.
BI file is taking so much time for refreshing and publishing. Now what you will do?
Yeah, I make sure whatever the column I have been using in the Power BI, mostly.
Sorry to interrupt. One hint I will give.
Uh-huh.
Take 1 minute time, but please explain in detail. And you had work end to end, as you have explained. At earlier, you have work end to end on Power BI report from requirement gathering to deployment pipeline. This hint I will give. So now you can start. Resume your answer.
Yeah, so like column wise, I would say whatever the column, suppose in a table we are having so many columns, but mostly while preparing the reports, or even if we are applying any of the DAX functions or calculated, whatever the we are using, it should be like limited to that columns only. So we can reduce the columns, uh, that columns. Then data type, like yeah, what like it depends on the data types as well. What type of data types we are using. So in these two ways, we can like go for like performance of those.
Okay, so I will add one more thing. See, you said that you had work end to end requirement gathering you did now. So always refer BRD document which is there now. So in that BRD
Mhm.
document, all the columns are there and name of that column, what is there in database and what it should be there in our Power BI report. And as per the logic and when our internal meetings are there, if you while having conversation, if you find that if any column is not required, then at the time of go to column option which is there in Power BI you can exclude that columns and even whatever steps we do in Power Query, those are not permanent, those are temporary. Na? If you want again in future, you can
Mhm.
check that. So this you can add in your real time interview. That in answers
Oh,
video I will explain properly, but still I
yeah,
will
yeah,
tell this part.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I will make a note of all this.
So one more thing.
Yeah, we
Next.
usually do like this. Yeah, I didn't make it to say it here.
So next question. Uh,
Mhm.
for example, sales column is there and you are able to find 50,000 rupees sale in your Snowflake or SQL, sum of that sales column. But in your Power BI report, you are not able to find that. It is not showing
Okay.
50,000. What may be the two, three reasons or any one reason you can say?
Uh, Yeah, maybe
One more thing
while
I want to
creating
add.
the
Uh,
relationship between the tables, we haven't used that proper relationship between the tables, or somewhere we have missed some data while exporting. I mean, importing those data in the Power BI, I could say.
But till yesterday it was fine. Okay. For example, till yesterday, total sale was 48,000. Okay. And it was showing
Okay,
properly in
okay.
Snowflake SQL and Power BI
Uh-huh.
also. But today in
Uh-huh.
Snowflake it is showing 50,000, but in Power BI it is showing only 48,000 yesterday. What may be the reason?
Okay, okay, got it, got it. Yeah, this can be happen if we will not either the schedule reference has failed, or if we are manually doing that and we haven't done it, because the data which is where it's like transactional data only, the cells and all those things. Every each seconds this transaction has been happening, so that's why we have to refresh our data according to that also. It can be
Okay,
the reason.
good. Next question is, can you explain in detail about header icons and how that header
Okay.
works help to clients?
Header icons.
Header icons, have you
I I didn't get your question. Header icon.
head? For example, I will give you one hint.
Mhm.
You have built matrix or table visual. Okay.
Okay.
Can you tell me? And you have published and sent to your client. So header icons, you know.
Is it? Are you saying like the visuals which we are using? You are considering as that header icon? I mean, main motive of that report, or how?
Okay, I will give you one more hint. For example, matrix visual is there and it is published to clients. Client is using. So above matrix visual, at right hand, at right corner, three dots are there.
Okay.
When you click on that three dots, 5 to 6 options comes there. So for example, if client want to see that data in Excel format, not in Power BI format, then how he will see that? This is the most first requirement of client, foreign clients, US clients, that he wants to see even that data in Excel also, not in Power BI. So how you will show? Or for example, you have built that in table visual and he wants to see in matrix or pie chart. Then he wants that freedom to change that visual from his side also. Then how he will do?
Okay.
Okay, no issues. Last two, we have passed 28, 30 minutes. So last two, three questions I will ask. Power BI we have covered mostly main part. SQL we will go to SQL. Mm, Data concept. Do you know what are types of dimension? Slowly changing dimension or anything?
Yeah, like STD, I know like the types, type 0, type 1, type 2. You want me to explain
Yes, yes, yes.
like how?
Please, yeah, please explain.
Yeah, yeah. So slowly changing dimension, I could say like frequently it doesn't change. Like very rare it do change. For example, I could say if we are having a customer table and there we are using a location as a column, and suppose that customer has changed their location, so it will be like very rare they are changing it, not frequently. And the table which the location is getting stored after changing of that location, it got updated, but it's not getting they are not storing any backup like previously what is the value, and only the updated data they are storing. So I could say it is like going under SCD 0, slowly changing dimension 0. And SCD 1 is like the previous data as well as updated data we can see. And SCD 2 is, I could say, we can create a new more column of like updated date, and who changed that, there it will be in that table, it will be faced. So, yeah.
Okay, at the start of your interview, while introducing, you said that you had to work on store procedure and views also, creating a store procedure.
Correct, correct.
So
Yeah.
can you tell me in detail means how you have made that, what the data was, everything, how to pass security to store procedure? Whatever you know about store procedure, take 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Please tell me how you have created that view, store procedure, everything.
Yeah, sure. So mostly the store procedure, how we prepare. For me, it is like some requirement has came, so I have to put the logic there itself. In that, while creating the store procedure, I have been using mostly DML command, and transactional was there also, because if we are saving after, I mean, if we are saving that changes and something error has happened, so it can we are using that rollback and command. I could say how I was creating the store procedure, like we are having the command like create store procedure name, and whatever the parameters we want to pass on it, we can declare it. Then we can put the logic of whatever the logic is there itself, so how, whatever the requirement it is having. and there itself, like for creating it, as we are using like optimized store procedure. So there are some criteria which we have to follow, as we should take only those columns name which we are using, not like asterisk we cannot use like all the columns of that table itself, otherwise it will give timeout issue while running that store procedure. So, and in the starting, we are using the set no count on, because if some queries are there, like again and again, there will be, it can be a big store procedure we are writing. So, again and again, it will display like command run successfully, successfully. So, to avoid this and to optimize that query, we are using that set no count on. And yeah, in this way, like I have worked like preparing the store procedure and all.
So before, while creating store procedure, table was already
Mhm.
created or not, or directly you used to create store procedure.
No, no, table was there itself. Like from existing table, we are creating the store
Correct.
procedure.
ठीक है, ठीक है. Last question I will ask. So your data has cash transaction and security transaction. ठीक है?
Okay.
Your data has
Okay.
cash transaction and security transaction,
Uh-huh.
uh, and you have displayed that in your table or matrix visual.
Uh-huh.
Clients want a button at above when he will click on cash. Then in your table visual, only cash transaction should be visible. If clicked on security, then only security, and if not clicked on anyone, then both the transactions should be shown. How you will do that?
Okay, you are saying like we are having two. I have created two matrices like that transaction, cash transaction, and another what you said, and we are having button. And if among those two, any one of the client is clicking, it should show that one. Or if nothing is they are clicking, it won't show anything. Is it your question?
No, no, no. I will repeat my question. Your data, which is there, data. Leave Power BI, I said your data. It
Uh-huh.
has records of cash transaction and security transaction.
Okay.
Okay, first thing. Now,
Uh-huh.
second thing, you have displayed that in your table visual. So now your table visual has all the data, cash transaction and security transaction also. Client
Okay.
want
Okay.
above one button where if you click on cash transaction, then the table visual should only show cash transaction. If clicked on security transaction, then only your table visual should show or filter on security transaction. If not clicked on anywhere, select both or select all option also, it should have, and it should show all the transactions. How will you achieve this scenario? This is the most common scenarios of US client.
Is it related to Power BI?
Yeah, 100% definitely.
Okay. Uh, yeah, like
Let me ask one more question related to it. Which is your favorite visual or most powerful visual? You think?
uh, for me, it's the slicer and table matrix, bar chart,
Okay, so which is the most powerful visual you think or important visual?
slicer.
Slicer. What does slicer do?
Like it helps in filtering out how the we want the data, whatever the data we are having. Suppose we are creating a visuals, and there itself we are filtering. We want to see location wise the cells, or something different criteria is there. We
Okay, so
can
you
keep
think
it
that
in that.
slicer is helping in filtering. So what my question was then? It was related to it only, no?
So you are saying like at that time we can use slicer. Yeah, correct.
In my answers video, I will explain properly. Even with DAX also we can do. One DAX we can create, and we can pass one radio button with the help of slicer. So that also we can do. In answers video, I will explain properly. Okay. So
Okay.
your interview is over. ठीक है, all the questions related to Power BI, SQL, even little bit of Excel and data concepts I have asked. So overall, if I have to give the feedback, communication was very good, confidence was also good. and your interview was good. Overall, means I am satisfied, and most important that means at the start, from starting point of interview till the end, we had good conversation interaction. That is the main point. Okay.
Yeah. Like any more feedback you want to like on which things I need to have work and
See, first thing that due to time issues, two, three questions I had to ask that I missed related to project actually, but no issues.
oh,
So make sure that while explaining, all the interview panelists which who will be there now, they will 100%, 200% definitely they will ask about your project that we missed due to time issues. But the way you were answering about Power BI, I was more keen interested in that part also to understand. So little bit Power BI service also we took. So overall Power BI service, Power BI desktop, and everything knowledge you had. And the most best thing was that left hand and right hand answer was correct actually. So many people are not able to answer left join and right join also properly, but left hand and right hand also you were able to answer that properly correct. That was good.
yeah, like in the starting itself, I have a good hands-on on MS SQL, so I do have
SQL is
good.
your good part, no doubt. So
Yeah, yeah,
one feedback I would really give that make sure that while giving interview, na, you are focusing most on SQL part only. See, interview also you can give on means whether if he is asking Power BI, then no doubt you answer the questions related to Power BI, but you can while explaining you can focus more on SQL also. And SQL is the oxygen of related to data. So if you are knowing
yeah.
proper SQL also, then also
Mhm.
the interview will be impressed and everything. But your Power BI knowledge is also good. Due to time issues, we can't go forward. But even I have covered most of the part also. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So any further questions you are having, or shall we stop?
No, no, yeah, that's much wrong.
Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, it was nice interacting with you, and thanks for taking this interview.